Hello and welcome to the History of Stargate. Today's episode we're going to be covering Adria. And here we go. Adria is the daughter of Vala Maldoran and of the Ori. For a year, Adria led the Ori into battle in the hopes of converting the citizens of the Milky Way galaxy into worshipping the Ori, with many of her efforts succeeding and failing thanks in part to the SGC and SG1, who launched a battle to stop her and eliminate the Ori threat. Adria's regime finally came to an end in 2007 when her powers and abilities were left severely weakened thanks to the ancient Morgan Le Fay, who chose to engage Adria in eternal battle, which finally ended the Ori's campaign for good. While Vala Maldoran was in the Ori home galaxy, the Ori impregnated Vala and manipulated the fetus at a genetic level so that the child would have ascended knowledge. The Ori aren't able to use their powers to control mortals because the ancients would intervene, but the Ori needed a leader with power, one capable of leading their armies, so Adria was created. After her birth, she was genetically altered to grow to adulthood at an accelerated rate, and was an adult within a matter of days. At first, she was simply called Orosai, though Vala named her Adria, after her stepmother. Adria was a devout follower of Origin, saying that it is the ancients who suck human life forces to gain powers, not the Ori, leading Vala to conclude that Adria was complicit in their deceptions. Dr. Daniel Jackson and Vala tried to kidnap her, but Tolman, her stepfather, intervened. Daniel and Vala were nearly killed in the attempt, but they were rescued by the Odyssey, which had just arrived in orbit. After the Free Jaffa Nation attempted to destroy the crew of an Ori warship with the Dakara superweapon, Adria alone survived, due to the personal shields she possessed. She boarded the ship and took it to hyperspace. She captured Dr. Daniel Jackson and Vala Maldoran after she killed the Jaffa that were holding them. She then revived one of the Jaffa to interrogate him, and he told her that the weapon that had killed her followers was on Dakara. Upon reaching Dakara, she destroyed the weapon, but SG1 was beamed off the ship by the Odyssey. After having discovered the location of the Sangreal, she implanted a dream into Vala Maldoran to get SG1 to come to the Orosai's planet. Once they arrived, she impersonated the Orosai and offered to lead them to the Sangreal. When they came upon one of Morgan's puzzles that trapped System Lord Ball and had to leave a ring in a treasure box, Dr. Daniel Jackson noted that the ring was of Ori design. Once at the caverns, SG1 confronted her and she revealed herself. She then threatened to kill Lieutenant Colonel Samantha Carter if they did not help her get the Sangreal, since she was unable to do so, as the cave held a device which neutralized her abilities. She helped them get past the rest of the puzzles and reach the Sangreal, but the Sangreal was a hologram, which also caused the awakening of a dragon. Adria realized that the dragon was the final test, and Jackson's realization that it was Ganos Lal who was the true guardian and neutralized the dragon. However, upon returning to the Sangreal, SG1 and Ball were transported to another planet via a teleportation network set up by Ganos to further protect Merlin from discovery, forcing Adria to mentally examine the planet's DHD to determine their location. Eventually, Adria and her soldiers found the planet in question, where Jackson had the memories of Merlin downloaded into his mind. Adria attempted to kill SG1, but Jackson gave them enough time to flee through the Stargate, leaving Daniel in Adria's hands. Adria had plans for Dr. Daniel Jackson, hoping to use the Sangreal to destroy the Ancients without having to risk the Ori themselves. Having seemingly convinced Daniel of the virtues of Origin, she eventually turned him into a prior, so that he could help complete the device and use it against the Ancients. However, Daniel, with help from the consciousness of Merlin, resisted her efforts, partly helped by the fact that Adria was so determined to convert Daniel, as she saw him as her only hope of converting Earth. He nearly completed the Sangreal, but allowed himself to be captured by SG1, so that they could shut down the wormhole currently blocking the Supergate. With her help, he attacked Adria, and was able to send the Ori warship carrying the Sangreal through the Supergate. Adria herself later confirmed that the device was successful in neutralizing the Ori. However, Adria was not destroyed by the Sangreal, and she then sent another 6 Ori battlecruisers through the Supergate. With the Supergate under control, Adria encountered Vala Maldoran on a planet. She falsely claimed that the Sangreal failed in its attempts to destroy the Ori, and learned that Vala had fled Earth, as SG1 believed that she was being manipulated by Adria. Adria and Vala traveled to the planet in question, only to find SG1 was already there and waiting. And it was revealed that Vala had allowed herself to be implanted with a false memory by the Galarian memory device. However, Ball kidnapped Adria, taking her as a host, claiming that he would order the Ori army to leave the Milky Way galaxy. The Tok'ra removed Ball, but Ball managed to unleash his symbiotic toxin into Adria. Dying, Adria used the time she had left to ascend. However, while Adria now possessed all of the power of the Ori, gained from their worshippers in both galaxies, the loss of the other Ori, meaning that she now possessed the entirety of the power that had once been divided amongst the other Ori races. It also meant that she could no longer take action on this plane of existence without enticing the wrath of the ancients, leaving the Ori army leaderless. After locating the Ark of Truth, Vala Maldoran, Tolman, and Dr. Dana Jackson were captured and brought to the city of Celestis. There, Adria revealed herself to Vala. She confirmed that she planned to destroy the ancients and take over both galaxies, but declined to use the Ark, saying it just wasn't as fun. And it also failed to generate the right kind of belief that she could use to draw power. Vala also described her as a spoiled brat with a god complex. She also confirmed the death of the Ori, saying that she was pleased, as she now possessed all of their power. She was finally stopped when Daniel activated the Ark, severely diminishing her power. With her power now reduced, Morgan Le Fay engaged her in eternal combat, similarly to how Oma Dasala fought Anubis, while also ending Adria's threat and influence over the Milky Way galaxy forever. Hey, thank you for watching the History of Stargate. Special thanks to the Stargate Wiki and all contributors for all information you heard today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you can. If you have, thank you, and have a nice day. Bye-bye!